Hello. I am so sorry that I've lied to all of you today. We had a little tiny mix up in the schedule. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. So the schedule on Class Central says, oh, we're going to do penguins. But you might be familiar with the order in Free Code Camp. And the Free Code Camp says, let's do Ferris wheels first. So if this is okay with y'all, let's go ahead and do Ferris wheels first, because I think we're going to need this information in order to successfully build a penguin. And I think build a penguin sounds nice and scary, doesn't it? So tomorrow is our Frankenstein stuff. Today, we're just going to build a Ferris wheel. And if it's not rude to ask for a little help, if folks come in and they say, oh, hey, what's going on? I thought we were building a penguin. Somebody else say, hey, it's cool. It's cool. We've just got, ooh. So I do have some foster cats with me. So shh, come on, shh. I'm so, be cool. I'm on the internet. So if you hear a lot of extra sounds, I'm so sorry that there's some additional company with us. So if anybody's saying, oh no, where's the penguin? The penguin's going to be here tomorrow. Everything's fine. Let's build. You stop. There's not a cat on my ceiling. There's a little cat tree next to me. Okay, so let's try this. Let's build a Ferris wheel together. Everything's. Somebody's yelling. Show us the cats. I'm gonna show you the cats. Okay, so our Ferris wheel. Y'all, be cool. Be cool. Very bad cat. You want to help build a Ferris wheel? Ugh, gross. Here, go up there. Thank you. So this Ferris wheel looks like it's some squares, and this is going to teach us some basic CSS animation. I know there's a bunch of people who are super good at CSS animation, and those are not me. So we're going to be looking a bunch of stuff up. So I do have some foster cats with me. There's a bunch of them, and they're all very, very nosy. So we might have a bunch of very, very gross-looking cats. I think they're pretty, but the goblin cats are they're an acquired taste. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the stuff that we're really used to. And you say, Jess, it's kind of not fair that you do the easy stuff and then we have to do the hard stuff. I mean, it's not fair, but this is the way the world is. Don't you start. So we're going to do the meta care set just to get our muscle memory in. And that's UTF-8, just because that's the sort of encoding that we use these days. It's the style of the times. We're going to link, and our rel is to our style sheet. And we're just sipping along. None of this can hurt us. And our ref, where we're throwing that to. No, don't you start. Styles.css. Technically, because I've got help, this counts as this counts as per programming. That joke is not funny at all unless you're a native English speaker, and then it's still not funny. Our title is Ferris wheel. This is fine. We're going to zip through these easy parts, and we're going to ignore that there's a lot of cat sounds. Oh, we got to set our language as well? Yes, of course. Set our language to English and our head and body elements. That's inside our rubbish. I'm rubbish today. I blame this on my delightful distractions. I forgot that we need an HTML element, which seems like a basic thing to forget. I go ahead and format my document, just to space this out, because I need in my HTML to say lang instead of English, don't I? It's also asked us to do a body, which is super chill. Another valuable. We've got that green stripe. Marvelous. Okay. So within so we're going to get some divs. We're going to give them some classes, because remember, a div by itself is just an empty box, and we probably need a little bit more than just an empty box. So here, div. Oh, heck. We don't need a space. Div class 2 box. And we gotta close it. No, not on the keyboard, please. You good, baby? I'm so sorry. Their restroom is in my office, so there's. It was not a calculated thought, but it just means I can't really close the door. I'm going to be reconsidering that. Dominique is suggesting I put a sweater on those cats. They've got sweaters in the other room. How about sometime we do a social and it'll just be me seeing how many foster cats are cruise control for permanent cats, aren't they? Class of wheel. Why are you yelling at me? I don't feed you in the evening. And then inside. Oh, you cool? All right, don't put your butt on that towards the camera, and we're all right. I don't think this is gonna work, my man. Div. I can't pet you and do this, and this might be more important than petting. Ready? That is a gentle drop onto the floor. Then we're gonna do. No, we're gonna definitely add spans. Span element. And all of these span, we're 6 of them. And then they've got this, the class is always set to line. Okay. Because we're lazy. No, that's not fair because I'm lazy. I'm just going to copy this. Command C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, heck. Is that 6? Let's format our document and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's and it also wants me to have 6 div elements with a class set to cabin. Inside our new div, 6 span and 6. Okay, so these are all inside the div. We can do that. Div. Oh, that's a really good question that I'm seeing from Kai. And that's saying, hey, why are the line spans in the cabin's divs? I think it's the boxiness of the divs that makes them easier to style. Whereas span, I don't really know. I have no idea. Although the first person who could figure it out wins an imaginary point. I'd go on an exploration myself. I think it was a long exploration. We've got that. We're going to copy it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Got our wheel, which is a div. We've got our lines, 6 of those, which, as Kai pointed out, kind of weird that they're spans, not divs, but okay. Maybe they're going to do something different. It's been a while since I taught this. I'm genuinely not sure. But we've got our green stripe. I was going to say the cats are temporarily quiet, but no. So let's do some stuff with our wheel. We're going to use a class selector, which does not start with that. It starts with a full stop, doesn't it? Yeah, so Ramya is asking, I wonder if span can get height and width. I think we could definitely style spans with height and width. Wheel, let's give it a border. And that's 2 pixels. Solid. Black. Okay, and we see just the teeny tiniest box come up at the top. And that's cool. That's not exactly what we need, though. We need a wheel. So I think we're going to need to specify our size, but I also think we're going to need it to be a little bit rounder, huh? So I'm going to set the border radius. And the border radius is how curvy, how circle-like we're going to make our box. All those divs are empty boxes. Oh, that's a very flat looking circle, I assure you. Our margin left is going to be 50 pixels. Okay, so now we have a very flat circle offset to the left a bit. Okay, the green stripe says that's what we're supposed to do. Seems this is just a reminder to be like, oh, hey, if you feel like it, if you've got the cash, donating to free code camp, which is not the same thing as the boot camp, is an extremely cool thing to do. But if you don't have the money, don't worry about it. You keep yelling like that, I'm going to name you Div. We're going to set the position property, okay, of the wheel to absolute. And what we're doing when we say absolute is that how we spell absolute? That is not how we spell absolute. Oh, heck, that removes it from the normal flow. And when we removed it from the normal flow, we just got this little tiny dot instead. But let's also set the height to 55% of the view width. Ooh, let's do the same thing to the width. Make it much more circly, isn't it? Okay. We feel much more satisfied with this as a wheel, don't we? We've gotten much faster at CSS. This is all of y'all. Much faster at CSS drawing, isn't it? So we're going to give it a maximum height and maximum width just so that it's responsive, but not too responsive, you know? It means if somebody's got a huge screen, that it's still never going to get bigger than 500 pixels. Height. By default, it's 500, but we're going to specify pixels just to be solid. Where are we? Who are we? And the max width as well. And that's going to be 500 pixels. Cool. It didn't really change much, but it just means if I got a big old screen, it would never. Well, let's try it. It just means it's never going to get too much bigger than. Oh, yeah. So towards the end, here to here, same size circle. Oh, thank you very much. Let's bring you back up here. Let's check our code as well. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. It feels like you can't see the little bottom of that. Let's move you up. We still can't. Oh, Jeff is offering some extra insight. Well, you know what? Spans are inline by default, but divs are blocks. But yeah, spans are blocks too. Jeff made a really good point here. Maybe we're using divs and spans because they're both kind of empty boxes. Divs are more empty of meaning, if that means anything. But maybe we're using both divs so we don't visually see div all the way down the page. That would be really merciful. Let's do some stuff to our lines. Let's make them lines. The goal for today is I'd love to get to the point where they're moving. We're going to set our background color. American spelling, American spelling, American spelling. Where are we? Who are we? We're going to set them back. Okay. And it didn't do. Why did it not do anything yet? That's a very good question. We're going to set our width 2 pixels. Are we? No, we set our width to 50%. Still nothing. Oh, is it because it doesn't have any height yet? I'm going to set you to 2 pixels. Okay. Oh, that has not worked because that is the wrong syntax. I'm still not seeing anything. Oh, it's got that green line. So maybe that'll keep going. Okay. So maybe it's just positioned where we can't see it. We're going to set our position to absolute, which does not have 2 U's. Oh, I see you now. It's just sort of up at the top, isn't it, hanging out? And then the left, I'm going to set that to 50%. And the top, 50%. Okay. That feels right? Because when we saw it before, it was a circle with radiant sort of spikes coming out of it. Well, with lines coming like a pie. Lines cutting, crisscrossing through it like a pie. Thank you very much. That's a very good point, Foster Cat. But we're only seeing one line now. I think all 6 of them are probably stacked on top of each other. So transform origin. Okay, so this is our first sort of transformation we're learning about. I especially like transformations because they feel the most like magic. Transform. And let's see what it's telling us about this. And that's a property used to set the point around which a transformation is applied. Okay, so we say we're going to do a transformation, but first we're going to take a pin and we're going to put a pin around where we'll be transforming. Think of it as a transform as a really weird dance. And I say, okay, we're going to do a weird dance that I'll specify in a minute, but it's really important that I first mark on the floor where we're going to dance around. If that makes sense. Oh, thank you. Sorry, of course, thank you all as well, but I'm going to get my friendliest idiot off of the keyboard. You okay? Don't show everybody your butt. Hey, sorry about that, lovelies. It is a non-cat related issue. It is just the internet being the internet, and everything's fine. A non-cat. Where did I leave off? I think I was telling you that the transform origin. No. I think I was telling you that the transform origin here. You good? We're good. We've already said the position is absolute, so it's removed from the normal flow, but we're instead putting this all the way up and in the corner, and we're not seeing anything. But we're not seeing anything because right now what we're doing is putting a mark on the floor where we're going to transform around, where we're going to dance around. Yeah? All right, let's check. That's what I think this will feel less weird in a second. Okay, so we're going to create create a selector to target your second line element. I don't really remember how to do this. Target second element CSS. Are you being bad? Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Although if anybody asks if you want to have a bunch of foster cats and take care of them, definitely don't do that if you also live stream. Okay, so here I'm seeing nth child. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see if this is the way. And if it's not a big deal. Oh, we already know that. So it wouldn't be, would it be line second child? Because it's not the second child of the line. I think it's going to be, oh, do you know what? Will the test give us a ha 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 ha? Obviously, you all should actually experiment and not cheat using tests, but I cheated using a test because this was saying, okay, well, we've got nth child, and that would be the second child of the wheel div, but this nth of type. And this is saying, hey, of these lines we see, give me the second one of those. And I'm such a goofball. I confess I did not remember. So the second one, let's go ahead and do the transform origin and change that. So we're going to change the point this one is pivoting on, I think. Yeah? So oh no, we're not. We're going to transform around the point. Around the point we already said. Transform. And then we're going to use this to rotate you 60. Something just broke in the kitchen. I have aged 10 years in the last 2 days. Oh, we got a pie. We got a pie. We got a pie. Or a Pac-Man? Pac-Woman. We got a Pac person. And I think we're just going to keep doing this in order to make our wheel look like a wheel. This is chill. We got this. Okay, same pattern. And do you know what I like when we use the same pattern is I like to cheat. Not cheat, but like little c cheat. You can't yell at me for cheating. You're a cat. Cats have no sense of morality. So the third line is going to be rotate 120 degrees. Yes. Okay, it's a little wobbly in the middle there, but I'm chill with that. Come on the fourth one. It's going to rotate 180. I'm also a little tiny bit allergic to cat. Well, you all know I'm allergic to everything. It's just the worst. Don't you start. Absolutely not. Don't stand on the keyboard, please. Foster some cats, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Sir. Amazing. 5. And where were we rotating this 5? We were rotating the fifth one to 240 degrees. I think this is going to feel even more like a cut up pie. Yeah, let's put that last one in. Rotate of type 6. And I should be able to 300 degrees. Oh, we're going to check our code, even though the middle feels a little wonky. Okay, we're gonna do our boxes. I'm chill with that. So we're gonna use our class selector for cabin. Set our background color to ref. We're gonna set it to ref. Didn't do anything. Everything's fine. Oh gosh, y'all make a good point. Pizza instead of pie. Well, pizza's a type of pie, isn't it? I swear to you, if you walk on my keyboard, I don't even have any empty threads for you, cat. I will be there's just a cat right here, and it is exactly as distracting as you think it would be. Oh, it's good babies. I'm so sorry. I'm calling you babies, which is very dismissive. You're grown. Height 20%. All right. I mean, I did what it said, and I got a green stripe, but this doesn't feel like what I was going for. So we're going to give the cabin a position of absolute. Okay. Oh. Position a border of. Oh, Jeff makes a good point. Spoilers. A border of 2 pixels and solid. Go play with your sister. Obviously, also not talking to you all. So Jeff points out, saying, you know what? And Jeff didn't say this. He left this part unspoken. But Jeff is like, you know what? As a keen mathematician myself and someone with a perfect eye for visual pitch, I think the problem is that we're transforming. We're offsetting it by something that's not quite centered, and that might be the problem for us. And you know what? Looking at where we've got our first cabin set, that feels increasingly true, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, we're going to set our transform origin here. We're going to set that to 50%. and then 0%. And what that's going to do, oh, okay. Yeah. So the cabin looks right, just not lined up real good with those lines. Yeah. And Ramia, I'm thinking the same thing. Were those spokes going to be pointing right through the cabins? Like, I don't remember. Let's check our code. Everything's fine. Okay, so we're going to position our cabin around the wheel. Select our first cabin. Okay, what? Oh, the first cabin. Oh, we've done this before. We've done this. Yeah, we just did this. Cabin. Oh, but what if I don't remember the syntax? Not a problem. If we just did this in the same project, what we can do is, Jess, are you going to say cheat? I am going to say cheat. Nth of type. 1. Okay. I'm going to say, hey, to the right, minus 8.5%. Didn't move too much. Is that nth of type working right? Well, that's only one way to find out. Top to 50%. Neither of these did anything. Oh, is that because I did the syntax wrong? It is. It's a colon between those, not the... Oh, do you know what's going on here? I expected to see our red box move, but that's not what's going on here. What's going on here is all of our cabins are stacked up in the corner on top of each other. And what we did is we took the first one and we moved it out of the stack. Oh, that's rad. I'm going to hit bop on. Oof, look at all this. Look at all this. Word puzzles. So our second cabin, our third cabin. You know what? What do we like to do? We like to copy. So the second cabin should be right 17 and top 93. Ooh. Hey, okay. They'll see. So our third cabin, and you say, Jess, this feels kind of dismal. And I say, yeah. I think it would be even more dismal if we were trying to like experiment and see what these fit. Then I want the third should be 67, 93.5. Hey, and this is great. Who was it a couple weeks ago that said one of our tasks was an absolute ADHD hell? Heck, because this is that for me, where it's a lot of remembering where things go. So the fourth, where's the fourth? You know what? This is just copying this again and again. Let's skip it. Yeah, let's skip it. Let's go from step 15 to step 16. All right. Keyframes. Let's go get keyframes. So keyframes are absolutely wild. These control the steps in an animation. So when you say keyframes, I'm saying, hey, look, I'd like to be doing an animation. It would be cool if I could do an animation. So I'm going to say, hey, keyframes is the thing I'm doing. And then I'm going to name my animation. Okay, so those are the things we got to do first. And then we need to set a from and to, it looks like. Okay. How about, because MDN explains this better than me, keyframe. And I'm so annoyingly excited about this because this is the stuff that lets us do animation. Animation is really some of the most rewarding web stuff you can do, yeah? And if this feels like a lot, some folks in the chat are saying, wow, this feels like a lot of math. You can be terrible at math and get by well, only occasionally be frustrated by it, I promise. Where are we? So we're we're just going to copy the syntax like we do it. So keyframes. And then it says we're going to set a keyframes rule called wheel. Ooh. And then we're just, hello. Please don't stand on my keyboard. You cool there? I'd prefer you not be here. So let's check our code. We've got a green stripe and everything would be a lot more fine with you on. All right. So we're going to submit and go to the next. As you can see, I'm a very, very stern disciplinarian around the house. You good? So you have something you want to say? Not a thing. Not a thing. No butt to the camera. Cats on the floor, please. On the floor, please. Thank you. As you can tell, it's very, very cruel, very monstrous here. So here, a 12% rule would be say, hey, when you're 12% of the way through this animation, turn this green. Okay. So 0%. So we're going to create a 0% rule and then have a nested selector. Oh, Dominica, you've got 3 cats. How massively has this improved your life? Got a 0% rule. And here it just says, just define the rule. I think we just want 0% and our curly babies. Let's take a look at our curly babies. Let's wait, please. Does format not exist anymore? So we're starting our keyframes here. Then here, we've got the rule for when our animation is first starting. So 0%. Here's what I want you to be doing when they first open the website, when they first open those stage curtains. So here's where we're starting from. But the thing is, these curly babies, I'm supposed to put our starting state in here. Here's what the deal is supposed to be right when we start. And I haven't said anything yet. That's all it wanted me to do. So this is brand new to us. So we're going back to little tiny baby steps on this. As somebody who's tried to stay a baby my whole life, little baby steps is not going to hurt us. So the transform, property, rotate 0 degrees. And here, let's walk this through again. This is chill. I say, hey, I've got a new animation. Keyframes is where I say, hey, I got a new animation. Here I'm saying, my animation is named wheel, please. The curly braces is me saying, I'm about to give you the stuff you need for your animation. The 0% is, hey, when you first start this animation, please do what's in these curly braces. Transform, rotate 0 degrees. Okay, so here it says, this means that it'll start the animation with no rotation. So I'm saying, hey, in the beginning, please do nothing. Let's check our code and go on. Yeah, we can donate to Free Code Camp. We know it's chill. So we have a 100% selector. Oh, I get what's going on. So here we've got what I want the state to be at 0 and 100%. Here's what I want it to be done at the end of the animation. Ooh, wild. Yeah. Ramia's got a really good point to say, oh, so this is going to get us a rotate all the way around. I think this might be the case as well. So here, let's see what that feels like, 100%. And here we're going to transform again. $360 degrees. It hasn't done the thing yet, but we've got the green stripe. Maybe this needs some more information. Oh, this needs some more information. This needs an animation duration. Okay. Oh, this makes sense. Okay. Because if I say, hello, at 0% of the animation, I want you to be still. And at 100% of the animation, I want you to have turned in a full circle. I don't know how long it's supposed to take. Yeah. Yeah. Dominica's saying, look, the fact that the middle is still misaligned is really stressing me out. Same. I bet this is going to get less stressful as we go. Oh, heck. So the animation duration property is something we set to the class that is being animated. Okay. So our wheel selector in here needs an animation duration. I think for tomorrow, I'm going to move stuff around so we can't have any cats in the room. Yeah. Mitch makes a good point and says this animation duration is really our opportunity to get weird. We could say, because we've got a bunch of different settings for this. We can use milliseconds or seconds. Yeah. Where are we? Where are we? Who are we? So we're going to set our animation to take 10 seconds. Huh. Still didn't do anything. Oh, it's because I did it wrong. Are we animate? Oh, yeah. That's because I only read half the instructions. So here, I also need to let it know which animation we're talking about. So I'm saying, hey, this animation. So I need an animation name. That makes sense. And our animation name is wheel. And that gets a little sorry. Oh gosh, that's quite fun, isn't it? So this actually working feels really satisfying, doesn't it? We've got the little swipey do, everything's fine. So here we're saying, hey, I want to connect this class. And this is a little confusing because this class is called wheel, but this is the circle we drew. Yeah, please, let's show the code, of course. So, show the, gosh, sorry, I didn't come down far enough. Actually, let's get rid of the preview, even though the preview is cool. So here, we've got this div class that's a wheel. Oh, heck, where am I? Who am I? There we go. And this class selector is corresponding to this div. When we say dot wheel, we mean, hey, this div. But to make it a little bit confusing, when we come all the way down our CSS, our animation is also named, wheel. I'd personally probably name them two different things, but here we are. To come right back up. So here, boop, 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 boop. Where am I? Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? There we are. I've said, hey, I want you to be involved with an animation. I'm going to let you know what the animation is called. I want to connect this class. I'll get rid of the HTML. I'll bring back the preview. Yes. I'm very, even though it drops things. So I'm going to say, hey, I want you to be involved. I want you as a class to be involved with this animation. The animation name is also wheel. Okay, cool. And here I said, you know what? The animation duration is 10 seconds. Let's go real fast. Yes. Let's go real fast. Oh, that was so fast we didn't even see it. Still 100 milliseconds. Oh, okay. 500 milliseconds. Oh, it's unsettling, isn't it? I think our instruction was for 10 seconds. Was it 10? Oh, 10 seconds. Phew. Let's keep bopping along. We've got a green stripe. Everything's okay. And the animation iteration count. So iteration means how many times you want to do things. Boop, 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 boop. So how many animation iteration count says, hey, here's how many times you can repeat this. And infinite, repeat this forever. And it means as long as the person's looking at the page. It's not just in a server somewhere spinning forever thinking about being free. So let's try the animation iteration count. And I'm just going to copy this because y'all have seen I'm terrible at typing. And we're going to set that to infinite. Oh, nice. It's kind of stressing me out more and more that the middle is mismatched. And so it stops before it goes again. Do we like that? I mean, obviously, this Ferris wheel is throwing a bunch of people to the ground, but the people who are strapped in real good are also going to get sick with the start and stop. So, animation timing function sets how the animation should progress over time. Sir, you're making a scene. So, all right. Nope. Come on, my dude. Thank you. I do apologize. So let's go ahead and some folks are saying that stuff feels a little jumpy. There can be different browser behavior going on as well. It's all okay. So here we've got animation timing function. And what this is going to do is this is going to set how the animation progresses over time. And we're going to set this to linear, which I think might take care of that choppiness. You just going to keep going? Beautiful. So people are still getting dumped onto the ground, but the folks who are strapped in real good aren't starting and stopping. And that seems like a very, very merciful improvement. Let's continue to make this safer, I think. So we're going to make another animation. And you say, do we need more? Yeah. We need multiple animations. And we're going to set this animation to cabins. Suggesting the cats really, really, I think they're just very needy. The sphinxes are just little needy babies, aren't they? So we use the same properties. Okay, so 0%. Oh, and what were our properties? Okay. Do you know what? It says to use the same properties. Would we just want to copy and paste these? I feel like we could copy and paste these. Oh no, somebody said, now you can add gravity. This sounds like somebody who's a game dev. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a CSS property for gravity. And really, look, right now, our Ferris wheel would dump everybody onto the ground. We want them to exist in a world without gravity. Oh, we want it to rotate -3. So we want it to go in the other direction. Doesn't feel like that changed it. Oh. Do you know what? Is it because I've done this wrong? I've said, I forgot to say, I just said, this is named cabins. I forgot to say, hi, I'd like an animation. Oh, keyframes. Did I spell anything else wrong? No. Okay. This said this passes, but this doesn't feel like it's the exact same problem as before, isn't it? We don't have the timings yet. Okay. So in our wheel selector, we created 4 properties that control the animation. For a cabin selector, we can use animation to set them all at once. Okay. So, oh, wow. So last time we used animation name, animation duration, animation timing function, and animation iteration count separately. This time, we're going to use the animation property to set them all at the same time. This is sort of a shorthand that contains multitudes. This contains all of these long, hard to type properties, but we just do them all at the same time. That's cool. So for animation name, we want cabins. At least cabin and cabins are spelled differently. Isn't that merciful? So what do we want next? Then we want 10 seconds. Do we think 10 seconds is going to correspond to animation duration? Yeah. Hey, yes, yes, yes. We are I mean, we're still kind of dumping people onto the floor, but we're dumping people onto the floor more gracefully. Let's just imagine that no one is being mercilessly dumped out. And then we set our animation name, our animation duration shorthand, and then our animation timing function is next. And linear was the way to make that smoother. Okay, now it doesn't feel like anybody's being kicked out, does it? Where are we? And remember, if some of you are, oh, I want to do games with this, remember our old videos always exist on the free code or the Class Central YouTube channel. And we talked to Stuart a couple weeks ago, and he talked to us about making a full game in just HTML and CSS. Where am I? Where are we? So the last one we wanted to say was animation iteration count. And we wanted, because yeah, this wobbles with it the first time, and then it goes back to dumping people. We want to go ahead and make our last one infinite. And say, look, please never dump people on the ground, even after you do your 10-second animation. Just keep doing that animation in sync. Let's check our code. Oh gosh, we've got somebody in the chat joining us from Jakarta. Hello, my love. If it's your first time, we're actually in the very last week of a completely free web development bootcamp from Class Central. The nice thing is it's all based on the free code kit material, so it never goes away. Or you can join the bootcamp at any time. It just means there won't be live sessions after this week. But Ramon, are you still around? If not, I'm going to make a promise for him. Ha ha ha. Oh, so we can use an ease in and out function to say, whoa, start fast, slow down a little bit, come back around. I'm going to miss you all so much. Well, you know what? The Discord's remote. We're going to do another boot camp, right? So we can replace linear with ease in and out, which will make it start a little bit slow, regular speed, and then it'll slow down a little bit towards the end. I think this is cool. That's the only reason we did it, because it's cool. Yeah, we keep getting these green stripes. So look, you see, both Ramon and I say we're absolutely going to do another boot camp. So if you do join us right now and a little bit late, we've got a Discord that's not going away. The forum's not going to go away, but we'll also run this exact same boot camp later on. Everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. Well, you know, that's a big promise. Nothing in learning programming can hurt you. The world is big and heavy. Let's do weird stuff. Can we do weird stuff? Let's do weird stuff. I'd like this to color. Remember, it's the American color. I set it to yellow. Does this slowly change to red as it spins around? Oh, and then it just, oh, that's a little jarring, isn't it? So why is this happening? It slowly changes to red over 10 seconds, and then it pops back to yellow real fast. Yeah, I think this is because we've got a transition animation here from 0 to 100 over 10 seconds. It's transforming to red. It's changing to red, but we don't have a way to like ease it back to yellow. Whew. When I check our code, we've got a great. I hope we're going to fix that. Okay. So, we're going to add a 50. We're going to add a 50% selector. We're going to add more nuance, more wriggliness in our animation. Who does not love nuance? So, let's make it purple. Now it should go yellow to purple, purple to red. Yes. And then it'll snap back to yellow a little. I don't like that snap back to yellow. I hope we fix that. We got our green stripe though. I'm satisfied with that. So look at it. This says, look, it's on an infinite loop. So when we snap back to red, it feels a little bit rough. So remove the background color from my 0% selector. Will that, does it snap back to red? Oh, that's okay, because it doesn't snap back to 0. It sort of very softly goes, but red slowly becomes purple, slowly becomes red. Oh, Ramon's saying, hey, could we add another 0% after the 100? I kind of don't think we can, because once it hits 100%, it's going to stop running that animation. The animation rightly believes, hey, look, I got us to 100%. I'm done. But do you know what? I've been wrong before. Let's see. Oh, heck. Color, and let's go with blue just to get something really jarring. And I could be wrong. I'm wrong, Y'all. Hello. Okay, so I'm not seeing any blue. I think once we get it to 100%. Oh, also I said blood, which is not a color. Oh, do you know what? Ramon, I was absolutely durably 100% wrong. Putting another 0% on the end of this worked. Putting another 0% on this worked in a way that's real smooth. And it's still accepting it as a green line. So we win. Let's add a 25% select. No cats on the keyboard. No cats on the keyboard. No cats on the keyboard. I'm going to start putting a cat tree directly behind me at least. Okay, TV, please. What are you doing? Are you just chilling? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna put this cat over here. Stop doing bad things. Thank you. Don't do bad things in the living room. He's gonna go do bad things in the living room. 25 degrees, 25%. And we're going to set the background color here to yellow. Okay. And this is saying, hey, you know, as long as we set this in an interval where we're not snapping back to 0, it should stay pretty smooth, huh? Yeah, all of the cats I'm fostering are sphinxes, so they don't have any fur. They are absolutely horrible, and I like them a lot. Okay, that didn't work. 25% selector between. Why didn't that work? Background. Y'all, we should wrap up in a minute because I am joyously useful. Okay, so we go to so the background color starts at red. So we start out at red, go from red to yellow to purple, and then back up to red, which is our default. Okay. Let's do one more of these. We've got our green stripe. Everything's fine. Let's do exactly one more of these. Maybe a couple more. And then we'll set each other free. 75%. We're gonna make that one yellow as well. Okay, so we're gonna keep going back to yellow a lot. Wait, is this the last step? Is this the last step? This is not the last step. Because how many steps are in this? Oop, where are we? Where are you? Oh! You know what? This is cheating. I'm taking no. I like to never ever finish these. Oh, heck, sorry. I just left you on the screen. Sorry, my loves. Look at this. This actually works. I'm so sorry. I didn't get to be mean at all today. Usually I make you do all the hard parts by yourself. But this was we could go back and do step 50, even though it's just moving the numbers over and it will slowly kill me. It won't kill. I'll be fine. How about we finish this one up together? You all hit me with any questions you might have. And when we're done, I'm going to go have a sort of management talk with some foster cats about like, well, you know, sometimes I have to work. Here we're going to set our background color. We're going to set that to yellow again. Okay. It looks like we're going to go red to yellow, yellow to purple, purple to yellow, Um, Yellow to red. Oh, very chill. If you have a question, but if you don't remember it, if you have a question, you don't remember what you want to ask, go ahead. And if you do remember when you do, throw it in the Discord or the forum. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Check our code. Our code passes. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's talk about tomorrow. So you might notice from the titles on these that these are swapped, but that's okay. Everything's okay. It just means today y'all expected a penguin. And if you want to know whose fault that is, obviously my fault. Whenever somebody mixes stuff up, you know it's going to be me. But if I teach y'all nothing else, it's that being very, very laid back about screwing stuff up can only improve your life. Tomorrow we are going to make this little tiny perfect baby. And making a penguin sounds very menacing, doesn't it? Yeah. What if I go ahead and let you go? Let's talk homework. No, your homework is too easy today. Your homework is please finish this on your own. But I've shown you every single step except for the copying and pasting the 15. But I think more importantly for your homework, try and go back and spend a little bit of time on some of the projects, just because it would be really exceptional if you had finished all of those. Those projects are quite hard. So your homework is try and get through all the steps we've mirrored today. Then please, if you have some extra time, look at the projects and see where you can catch up. Although there's no place to catch up. There's a big thing to remember. There's no deadlines. There's no way to fail. If you don't finish it in 6 weeks, who's going to finish this in 6 weeks? That's so much work. 7 weeks is fine. 10 weeks is fine. Lots of folks come back and join us for the next boot camp if they want to hang out. Everything is going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Oh, your most important, your most important homework. Please be as patient and gentle to yourself as you can. Learning is so stressful and so weird. And I really want to stress, this is just CSS. It can't hurt you. Bye, loves.